After over 30 hours in Starfield, these are the best perks to have early. What's up nerds and welcome to Endgame. I'm Hoops4 and today I am going to share with you my picks for the best perks in Starfield to grab early in your playthrough. These are going to be generally good picks, however everyone's builds in this game will be different, which is one of the wonderful things about an RPG like Starfield. So if these don't work for you, don't worry, and just let me know your favorite perks down in the comments below. So for now, let's enter gaming.
Enter gaming.
There are a ton of perks in Starfield, and as you know, they are separated into 5 categories, those being physical, social, combat, science, and tech. Now each of these categories has its role, and I think most builds can utilize something in all of the categories. In fact, I think it would be interesting to see if any successful build could use only one tree. So then, as you select your perk, it comes in 4 levels. It takes a point to unlock each level, and each level can only be unlocked by completing an associated challenge. With that out of the way, let's check out my picks. So for my first pick, I'm going to leave this one a bit more open-ended, and just say to give yourself a combat perk. While there are many situations in the game and plenty that can be talked out of, combat will be inevitable, so pick a starting perk that will work for you. So I chose the soldier background, and with that I stuck with the ballistics perk to increase my damage with all ballistic weapons. If you prefer energy weapons, then choose the lasers perk. Same thing for the dueling perk if you want melee weapons. If you prefer to choose your weapon based on form factor rather than type, then invest in pistol or shotgun certification. This is a bit of a cop-out, but everyone's playstyle is going to be different, so choose a combat perk that fits your needs and you won't regret it. Next, I'm going with an early perk that can go a long way. In the social category, you will find the scavenging perk, especially if your playstyle is similar to me, in which you meticulously search every nook and cranny of every single dungeon, then the scavenging perk will go a long way. You will find extra credits in level 1, extra ammo in level 2, extra aid items in 3, and item visibility in 4. This is a must pick for me in the early game, because having access to extra credits and ammo just by the start of the game will add up to so much money and ammo in the long run over the course of the entire game. Now, if you are a true scavenger and looting like crazy, you're gonna need a way to store it and carry it. That's why you need the weightlifting perk in the physical tab. Each level of this perk increases your carry load, and honestly, it's necessary. The carry cap in Starfield is surprisingly low, especially as you gather resources and crafting components, so there's no doubt that you're gonna need this perk in your life, even in the early game. I'm pretty sure this was actually the first perk I maxed out entirely. It was just that needed as I looted every crate in sight. Before I get to my top 3 perks, if you are enjoying this video, then please consider subscribing to the channel. Most of my viewers are not subscribed and it would help me out a lot. More credits is always good. I think we can agree on that. And with all this collecting and carrying, you should sell the excess for a profit. So increase that profit with the commerce perk, why don't you? Every level of the commerce perk lowers buying prices and increases selling prices. Once again, get this early in the game and you will be rolling in credits by the end. Another instance of get it early and see its rewards over the game, the medicine perk is a great have, especially on harder difficulties where the enemies hit harder. Having the medicine perk allows you to restore more health per med pack, restore that health quicker, and save more med packs over the course of the game. Having this perk early will allow you to start stockpiling your med packs, which you may need by the end of the game, and then not having to worry about heals is a great feeling. Before I get to my number 1 perk pick, I have a couple honorable mentions. The science tree has some really useful perks, especially when it comes to resources and utilizing those resources. But honestly, that is an afterthought for the early game. It doesn't really come into play until later. I also want to point out the wellness and fitness perks in the physical tree. Having more stamina in the form of good old oxygen and having a large health bar, well, you just can't go wrong with these. Although there's not too much special about having them in the early game, unless you decide your build really needs them. And now my number one pick, the one with absolutely the best payoff over the entire game, no doubt. It goes to the lockpicking perk in the tech tree, Security. This perk is everything you want in the early game. It allows you to access higher level locks, which in turn usually have better loot, and you don't have to backtrack to those dungeons. This loot can be amplified by Scavenger, carried with Weightlifting, and sold with Commerce. You cannot go wrong with the Security perk, and it is an absolutely must-have perk for every single build. This is the one perk in the entire game that I couldn't go without, and honestly, it's not even close. I would use this perk on every build I try. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to let me know your favorite perks down below. If you haven't already, then please like the video if you made it this far, and consider subscribing to the channel. I'm Hoops4, this is InGame, and I'll see you nerds on the next one. Peace. Thank you for watching, right here on InGame. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content.